Hey you guys, it's me Kiana. It's now 6:45 in the morning and I didn't want to wake up Daddy, so that's why this video is dark and I apologize for that. But even in the darkness, I come with a purpose. Um, what I've been experiencing lately, you guys, is what I call morning sickness. And I say it to Daddy and he just cuts his eye at me when I say it, but that's exactly what it feels like. Wait a minute. Okay, baby. All right, they see you. Okay, so um, I just got finished vomiting, and I know that may be too much information for many of you out there, but we all are all adults. We all are parents usually, whether we're parents or whether we have nieces and nephews and things like that. So these things at our age shouldn't be, too much information. But I apologize if it is. Again, I come with a purpose, and I'm sharing this with a purpose. Um, and really it's mainly for people out there that are about to have gastric sleeve or any gastric surgeries, or people out there that already had it and you can relate to what I'm about to say. Um, well, what I just did is because uh, it's for several different reasons, and let me get into what I was talking about, which is what the title is, the morning sickness. Okay, I've had children before, so I know what morning sickness feels like, and this really feels like morning sickness. For one, it does happen in the morning. For two, sometimes if I eat a saltine cracker, it gets a little better. Um, and for three, um, it just feels like your stomach is turned. Um, Now, some would say, okay, well, what is it that you're eating that make you feel this way? In fact, it doesn't always apply to what I'm eating. In fact, it almost never applies to what I'm eating because I don't eat hardly anything really. I do take my vitamins, so anybody that's concerned about that, I take my vitamins faithfully. I did it before, you guys. I let you guys in and showed you on video what I would have in my pill box and all of that. So I take my vitamins faithfully as I did many months before. I started my vitamin regimen like 3 months before I even had the gastric sleeve, being that I knew that I was going to probably have the surgery and I wanted to prepare my body physically. And as far as consuming food, y'all already heard me say that really I could care less about food. Um, it really does not matter to me because A, I can't eat what I want. Uh, not because my body, not because my body can't handle it per se, but it's because I can't eat the amount I want, and it's pointless of having just a little pinch of it to me. I'm not at that level where, having a little pinch or a bite is enough for me and satisfies my mind. Sure, it satisfies my stomach, because a lot of people don't understand that don't have the surgery or don't know a lot about the surgery or only know what somebody told them. A lot of people don't get that this surgery actually, it's not that I'm depriving myself of food. Um, when I eat a bite of something or a spoon of something, I literally feel like I ate a steak dinner. So that's what the surgery does. So I feel full all the time. But my body my body won't let me eat anymore. So it's frustrating to the mind because you may have something or see something that you want and like and can only eat a spoon of it or a bite of it. So at this stage, I don't even care about it, because mentally, that bite mentally is not going to satisfy me. So it's like pointless to me to eat. Now I know there is a point to eat to get the nourishments and stuff, and that's why I do. But if it was up to me, I'm cool with drinking all day and eating sugar-free popsicles and sugar-free Jello. That's what I'm cool doing. And to be honest with you, that's what I really do. Um, I do eat a spoon or something like every 2 hours, um, but that's strictly only to get the nourishment, and that's strictly only to get the protein in. I have no desire whatsoever for anything. Um, so I was saying all that to say, leading up to the fact that it doesn't necessarily take what you're eating to make you feel this quote unquote morning sickness. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you've pressed it down. You know how we can stop ourselves from vomiting? Well, sometimes you pressed it down for like a day ago or whatever, and then it'll eventually come up. Um, Whatever you have to vomit, it's like it cannot. Uh, it can be pressed down, but it's going to rear its ugly head eventually. You feel much better after it. Like I feel better now, but um, this is part of the process and part of some of the side effects that you may have. Um, but just like with morning sickness when you're pregnant, um, you have to stay focused because you know that you're going to have a beautiful outcome in the end. And this is so much like that. With this morning sickness, quote unquote, there is a beautiful outcome at the end. And the outcome is blossoming into the person physically that you've always wanted to be or always was inside. So, and you're blossoming into being a healthier and better you. So just stay focused. Yes, these things will happen. Yes, it's part of the process. No, it doesn't feel great. But you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. But guess what? Those things shall pass as well. Um, I stay focused on the goal and the task at hand. I stay focused that I know I'm walking on the path that God has set before me and set on my life even before I was conceived. I know that I'm doing this for many different reasons, but mainly I'm doing this because I want to be a better me. I want to be here longer so that I can serve God. I want to be able to, for instance, remember I used to go to the homeless shelter and feed them. Well, it started, I started slacking on that because of the physical part or physical aspect of it because I had to cook for 100 people. Then I had to, help load it in the vehicle and then load it out of the vehicle and then set up the steam racks and all of that kind of stuff at the shelter I used to be at. And you guys have seen it on here because I've recorded it on my channel before. But I stopped. I used to do it like at least 3 times a year. Well, now we're going to be doing it 6 times a year. Um, and all praises to God is because of the weight loss and because I'm able to physically do more. So the more I lose, um, the more I lose, the more I'll be able to do His works, God's work. Um, and that's my focus, and that's my purpose for losing weight, and being around for my kids, and being around for my husband, and being around for my mom. But when you pick something or some things, like in my case, and you focus on that, and you let that be your priority, morning sickness, your stomach's turning, vomiting, not feeling like you're satisfied mentally with food. Those things don't really matter in the whole big grand scheme of things. So that's what you need to do. You need to find a focus and a priority, a true desire, one that maybe you've never shared with anybody, of your motivation, of why you're doing this. And let it be something that's not just superficial. Why do I say that? Is because superficial things don't last long. At times, superficial things grow into another superficial thing. They don't have substance. And you need a focus, a priority that has substance that's never changing. Because that is when you're going to need the motivation at times when it gets real hard. Um, right now, you may hear my voice change because I'm feeling a little bit of acid reflux. I have it off and on all day. That's something that I have to deal with. But again, in the big grand scheme of things, that is nothing. And I take even my downs with a joy and thanksgiving in my heart because I know that with change results have to follow. They have to submit. They have no choice. So, by me knowing I am actively growing, actively changing, that gives me a certain level of, or a new level of joy. So I'm just coming to you, giving you live and direct. Yes, in a dark video. Yes, 6:30 in the morning. But I'm telling you guys, as I experienced it, that these things will pass. These things will pass. When you were at your heaviest weight, you experienced things physically that didn't feel good. And they passed, but they came back. Okay? You accepted that. Why not accept this? Why not look at this as it shall pass too? Why not shift your focus off of the issue that you may have or the downside that you may have and focus on the positivity, the change that results have to follow from? So, I just come to you today just to let you guys know that I am not pregnant. If anybody asks, I'm not pregnant. So when you hear morning sickness, it's not from pregnancy. It is just from, going along with emotions. Um, the other thing is I used to drink apple juice a little teeny bit in the beginning. If you remember, even my first taste of liquid, which I did on camera, was apple juice and Gatorade, and I had no problems digesting that. I did drink a little bit of apple juice yesterday, and it was diluted like I don't know what, because I either drink light juice, and I only drink vegetable light juice, um, or if I drink like a light juice and I water it down. I watered it down, and for some reason it turned my stomach. So that's probably what I was submerging yesterday, and it came up this morning as soon as I woke up. So I will not be drinking any apple juice. And in fact, I'll be giving it to Pootie, what I have left. So, yeah, it's part of the process, you guys. It's part of the process. But I do it with joy and thanksgiving in my heart and my spirit. Excuse me. And I also wanted to share it with you guys. Again, I apologize for the dark video, but sometimes that's not our focus. That's not our priority. Um, I'm bringing you substance. I'm bringing you something of value, and I'm bringing you something that will actually prepare you if you are about to embark on or thinking about embarking on any gastric surgery. And also, if you have had gastric surgery, you know that you're not alone with these feelings at times. Because sometimes people don't talk about these things. So I just wanted to be one of those people that bring it to you live, raw, and in living color. On that note, you guys, I love you all so much. I will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Okay, you guys. Talk to you guys later. And be blessed.
Bye.
6:30, Pootie. You still